So today we're going to talk about how you can do minimum and get the maximum effect, and how you can contribute and perform with ease and grace. So let me tell you an interesting thing. Some of us, even when we do a trivial task, we do it as if we are climbing Mount Everest. we make it full of struggle, and it's so difficult. And some people, when there is a genuinely difficult or a very complicated or a strenuous task, people just do it very easily. It's like as if it's a game for them. So, do you experience struggle, difficulties, or adversities when you are performing, when you're delivering, or when you're contributing? And if you are, you need to understand and ask yourself that is this meaningful? And are these struggles actually serving their purpose in your life? Because all these fights and struggles beyond a point, they become very, very counterproductive, because somewhere you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your efforts, sometimes resources, and these resources can be utilized better in a much more meaningful manner. So we need to understand that if we are finding it a lot of adversity and difficulty while contributing, then what is the reason behind this pattern, which is repeating time and again in our lives? Why is there a need to generate a situation where we are left with where we are actually left with no choice but to fight and struggle? Or what are the hidden benefits? So at the subconscious level, sometimes we find there are many hidden benefits because of which we manifest struggle in our life. So today I'm going to share with you the reasons so that we understand. Hi everyone. So that we understand the difference between a few of us who contribute with great struggle and the others who just contribute very easily. They get their work done in a jiffy. So the first reason is you need to check your beliefs and your conditioning. If your belief is that contribution is always a struggle, then that is what you will always manifest. If you have somewhere generated an adverse belief that maybe because of experiencing after borrowing, inheriting the ill effects of past experiences, you start manifesting struggle in all your contributions, in all your performance, when you're delivering, discharging anything, maybe at work, towards your relationships, then it's very tedious somewhere. So I'll give a very simple example. I'll give you two simple examples for you to understand what I'm talking, what is really belief. So if in a family there is a belief that men cannot cook for their woman, or they cannot cook for the family. Now when the man would try to actually contribute and cook, trust me, it will not be so easy for him to do so. There will be a lot of struggle involved in that contribution. Now, since I've given an example of the man, I'll give an example of the woman. That if there is a belief, I'm talking if in households where the belief is there. So if there is a belief that women cannot contribute to the family finances. So when the woman even tries to do some work or tries to contribute, she will find that contribution actually very difficult and full of struggle. So we need to check all those adverse beliefs that we have generated, which are manifesting our struggled contribution. So the way to resolve this is to recognize them, resolve them, and then free ourselves of all these past adverse effects of the of all these beliefs and conditioning, and to then invite an easy and an effortless way of contributing. The second reason is our association of growth with struggle. So, a lot of us have grown because of struggle, and we have a deep ingrained association of both of this in our subconscious mind. So, the way to somewhere transcend this is to, with radical tools and techniques, we disassociate growth with struggle, and we form a new association, and we rewire our subconscious with a new thought process, and that is life is easy, life is effortless, and life is a lot of fun. And that's when contribution can become very simple. And this contribution is about contributing to, in your relationships, to people, to your close family members, to people at office, to anything, to your project. The third reason is when you have to prove to yourself and others that you're very hardworking. And there is pride of being a hard worker and an achiever against all odds. So if you introspect, some of you would have gone through a very difficult situation and single-handedly would have come out of it. And in this process, somewhere, you also discovered your inner strength. And then this cycle keeps repeating somewhere, because there is pride in being able to fight all odds by yourself and then discovering your inner strength. But it's time now to let go of that need to discover our inner strength through these adversities and through these difficult situations. And to just trust in your inner strength. And to then operate with it through inspiration. And open yourself to a struggle-free, a fight-free, a conflict-free contribution. Another very interesting reason is to understand whether you are in integrity with your intent when you're contributing. So I'll give an example. Supposing in a relationship, it could, just for an example's sake, it could be with your in-law, your spouse or something. If your head says that you need to contribute, maybe because of a sense of duty, maybe because of some other reason, and your heart, for whatever reason, does not want to contribute in the same manner, and there's a conflict, and you're not in integrity at all levels of your being, that contribution is bound to be difficult. It is going to be full of struggle and conflict, because the inner conflict then somewhere gets projected in the outer environment. The fifth reason why we get a lot of difficulty in contributing is because somewhere we have fear of being the fortunate one. And in extension to that, it is this fear of inviting jealousy and envy. It's like if things become very easy, they become very, very effortless when you contribute, then you worry that what will people say? Oh, that she's so lucky, everything happens so easily for her, she doesn't have to do anything, we are always working so hard. This is a very familiar dialogue. And that's when some people, because of this fear of inviting jealousy, they self-sabotage themselves and manifest struggle in their life when they're contributing. Another reason is suppressed emotions. So a lot of people do not want to face the real emotions. They want to mask their emotions. And what do? They tirelessly work hard the whole day, keep themselves very busy, till they almost drop dead and fall asleep in the night. Because Imagine if they were able to contribute easily, things happened very effortlessly, they would have time for themselves. And when they had time for themselves, what would they have to do? They would have to face all those emotions that they have been escaping. So rather than facing their true emotions, they just manifest this extremely difficult phase. So that is one reason. Another reason is about when you go against the flow of life, contribution, delivering, discharging becomes very difficult. So all of us have we have a predetermined life path, we have a predetermined life plan and a life purpose. If you're able to align to that life purpose and go on that path, then you really don't need to work that hard to be able to contribute or deliver. Things happen in a much more easy way and a very much effortless and a harmonious way. So just check with yourself if you've been contributing and it is always involving too much of adversity, it's too difficult, too much conflict, too much of struggle. Somewhere you have gone off that path, you've completely deviated somewhere. And that's when, because you're going against the flow, that there is so much resistance in your outer space. So we need to check whether we are going with the flow or we've completely deviated. The other reason is about you need to understand that certain things you don't need to really fight for. It's like some of us want to fight for our rights, we want to fight for our opinion, we want to fight for our justice, fight against our misfortune, fight with people with authority, continuously fight during contribution. And all that you need to do is to understand that you don't need to fight because it is your right. Let me give you a very simple example. Supposing there is a woman who got divorced, and because of some issues or legal issues, she doesn't get the custody of her baby. Now, if she believes that nurturing and loving that baby is going to be difficult and she has to fight for it, that's what she's going to actually manifest. But if she somewhere knows that it is her right to nurture the baby, it is her right to love that baby, then contributing that love and nurturance will be far easier. So these are a few of the reasons because of which you go through struggle while contributing, while performing. And at a deeper level, you need to check what is the brilliance or the learning in that experience. And that is what sums it up. So once you learn and understand the brilliance or what is the learning, you imbibe it and then you transcend that experience. So then you don't need to keep struggling to contribute. So in a nutshell, I want to ask you one simple question before I conclude. That what is more important to you? Working hard or getting the work done? So I'll give you a minute. I want you to just reply and share with me in the comment section that what is important for you? Working hard or getting the work done? So what is important is, obviously it's not about what you do, how you deliver, how you perform. It's important of how it is actually received. Even if you work very hard and you reach perfection, but if the intent somewhere is ego, there is pride, there is ego and pride of being an achiever or being a hard worker, then even if you've done your best, sometimes it might not be appreciated and might not be received well by the end recipient. But if you actually serve with love, with devotion, with passion, then actually even the end recipient will appreciate it more and it is received much better. And finally, the reason why you were doing it or contributing or delivering is met. Like sometimes even with people of energy workers, if they're always working very hard to ensure that they can prove themselves as great healers or great energy workers, or it's about themselves, and they do not serve with love, they do not serve with that kind of devotion, then sometimes what we are even delivering or discharging does not even reach or touch the end recipient. So that is where people sometimes, even with doing minimum, get maximum effect, because it's not that they are lazy. It's because their focus is on the end recipient, the ones who are receiving what you are contributing. So their mission is to focus and to deliver and perform based on the expectations of others from them, and not on their expectations from themselves. And that's what makes the difference. So flow with love, flow with grace, flow with absolute grace and harmony, and life will become very easy, very effortless. It'll be full of love and fun and joy, and it shall happen. So let us walk this journey of now delivering and contributing and performing with ease and joy and harmony. So we'll do some R5 recitation. So if you could close your eyes and just bring your awareness to your body. And repeat with me. I R5 my need to struggle in contribution. I R5 my need to struggle to contribute. I R5 my need to struggle to contribute. I R5 my need for adversity in contribution. I R5 my need for adversity in contribution. I R5 my belief that contribution is a struggle. I R5 my belief that contribution is a struggle. I R5 my belief that contribution is a struggle. I R5 my association of growth with struggle. I R5 my association of growth with struggle. I R5 my association of growth with struggle. I R5 my association of contribution with discovering my inner strength. I R5 my need to discover my inner strength through struggle. I add 5 my need to discover my inner strength through struggle. I add 5 my need to discover my inner strength through struggle. I add 5 my integrity in my intent to contribute. I add 5 my integrity in intent while contributing. I add 5 my integrity in intent while contributing. I add 5 my fear of inviting jealousy with easy contribution. I add 5 my fear of inviting jealousy with easy contribution. I add 5 my fear of inviting jealousy with easy contribution. I add 5 going with the flow. I add 5 going with the flow. I add 5 going with the flow. I add 5 the brilliance in my experiences. I add 5 the brilliance in my experience. I add 5 the brilliance in my experience. I add 5 my need to invite struggle-free contribution. I add 5 my need to invite struggle-free contribution. I add 5 my need for harmonious contribution. I add 5 my need for a harmonious contribution. I add 5 my need to contribute with ease. I add 5 my need to contribute with ease. I add 5 my need to contribute with ease. So the final affirmation is, I contribute with ease and joy amidst harmony and peace. I contribute with ease and joy amidst harmony and peace. I contribute with ease and joy amidst harmony and peace.